Flowers in place, hand salute. 2, uncover. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The chaplain will offer a prayer.
Almighty God, Father of all mankind and judge over nations, we pray thee to guide our work in this meeting and all our days. Send thy peace to our nation and to all nations. Hasten the fulfillment of thy promise of peace that shall have no end. We pray for those who serve the people and guard the public welfare, that by thy blessing, they may be enabled to discharge their duties honestly and well. We pray for our comrades, that by thy help they may observe the strictest justice, keep alight the fires of freedom, strive earnestly for the spirit of democracy, and preserve the untarnished loyalty to our country and to thee. Finally, O God of mercy, we ask thy blessing and comfort for those comrades who are suffering mental and physical disability. Cheer them and bring them the blessings of health and happiness. Amen.
Amen. Recover. Be seated. Good morning. Thanks for coming out to Denver on this humid, rainy, nasty day. I'm gonna be bouncing between over there and over here, just to make Dennis crazy with the. If you're here and you didn't get your membership cards, SAL or Legion, we'll get them at the end. We handed out most of them. We're gonna go over the agenda for the year, things going on. As I talked to Elmer, this is the time to make corrections. So if you see something that's wrong or notice something when you read any of the dates, times, this is the time to speak out so we don't have an issue like this year where the date and time for the county convention is off. So this is open discussion. If you see something, say something. All right, Elmer, I just started. What do you say? Hi. So I'm trying power. Can everybody see it okay? We're trying this year. If you do have a phone, it's always fine. So our agenda, we're gonna do our introductions, talk about our elected officers for the year, the county and post leadership, our committees, introduce your vice commanders. If you have the packet, their names, phone numbers, and emails are in there. We'll talk about the budget, our calendar for the year. We're going to make our corrections, our goals, and membership. Introductions we'll do once we get to leadership. So for Morris County, American Legion, our goals for the year are certainly retention and recruitment, right? Our numbers are actually doing better over the last couple of months, but now we're into the renewal period where we have to convince people to renew their memberships. We have to remind them they have the 3-year option that they can do. They have paid up for life they can do, and there's their standard membership. And now's the time to start getting out there and letting your members know that their renewals are due and try and get that going. Recruitment of new members out there in the community, trying to find people that want to join, trying to get off post 1000, different community events would help. We have a couple posts that are canceled right now, not suspended. One of them we'll go over, just made a comeback and came off the suspension list. They went up to 16 members though, still small, but they came off. And then we have 3 posts that are still suspended. Hi, Tom.
Do you have any more agendas?
Are there any extra agendas laying around?
Right here.
So hopefully we can, I know 124 and 1 or 2 others, we can consolidate their members, help them get into a new post and get those posts shut down to help consolidate the county. I talked to a couple female veterans from Morris County. I talked to Christina from 344. We had a good conversation about having a round table, maybe getting in touch with Dora Dunn and doing something to try and recruit female members. You look around the room from the American Legion, we have, I don't think any present today. Within the county, we don't have many. So the question is, where are these members? Why aren't they joining? And if we can get together with some of the members from Morris County, work with Horizon to have such a roundtable, get information out there to help attract more members that maybe are reluctant to join our organization. We want to expand our current programs, our oratorical, our coloring, scholarships, try and have more involvement with our scouts within the community. When we go over committees in a little bit, you'll see the chair people are for those committees. Maybe we can work on doing a little more with the coloring and the oratorical especially. We've done the coloring, we only get like 2 or 3 entries a year, which is not a tremendous amount. It's a good program. We're expanding our Sons of the American Legion. We're going to have a county detachment. Once we introduce that, we'll get into the DEC. We'll get into that and talk about it more. And then continue to develop the county detachment for SAL and start recruiting some officers. We have about, I think, 800 SAL members in this county. That's 50% of the Legion size. We actually have quite a few members. Your officers, you know me, DEC William Kramer. Could not find a good picture on Facebook, sorry. And the ones
Beat me too.
Your finance officer, James Baldy, behind me. You can see him because he's taller than me sitting down. Vice Commander Brian Burke's excused today. Vice Commander Dominic Sable in the corner. Vice Commander Bruce Michaels right next to Dominic. Vice Commander Norris. Again, I was on Facebook. I could not find any good pictures. And Vice Commander Paul Connors, status picture that he gave us.
You can blame Tom Dresner for that photo.
No, I didn't. No, you didn't go on our county site. I put the new one up.
Is it?
Yes,
Talk to Elmer. It's his fault.
I didn't like the blue shirts. I put the new one up.
You didn't look so hard for me, like on the department website.
So I saw your department one. My wife goes, no, I don't like that. She was doing the pictures.
Oh.
Because I don't like that picture. And I still go on your naval uniform. She goes,
I
no,
took a new one too.
we'll get another one. So in your packet is the phone numbers and emails for the individuals. Just watch under Bruce Michaels. He has the little underscore, thank you. And on the packet, when it printed, it just came out as a line. So if you don't put that underscore. We'll go over who's attached to them, but their emails and phone numbers are open. I gave permission from all of them to use that. And we'll contact them for information regarding things going on at your post or information you need. And here's your vice commanders. Brian Bergen, that's post 91 Wharton, 342 Chester, 390 Denville, 391 Mine Hill, because he's working on that. That is a suspended closed post at this time. And that should be done within a couple weeks. And at the next meeting, he'll give a presentation on that for updates. Vice Commander Dominic Sable at the corner by the Watch Your Step sign. His own 59 Morristown, 279 Lincoln Park, post 450 Pequannock, and post 242 Pompton Plains. I think there's representatives for all those posts here today. So that's your Vice Commander Dominic Sable in the corner. Vice Commander Bruce Michaels, 154 Butler, 421 East Hanover, 27 Dover, and his own post 249 Parsippany. Vice Commander Norris Akmov, post 43 Forum Park, 423 Milton. 2 posts that are suspended, 175 Rock Den and 315 Mendham. If we start moving posts, they may get realigned. If the vice commander gets realigned to a different post, we'll let you know immediately. But this is where it is right now because they still have to work on suspended posts to either close them and relocate those individuals to a post so we can retain the membership and give them a home. Vice Commander Paul Connors, 155 Whippany, 312 Morristown, 245 Waikapacon, his own 344, and Rockaway again, 312, not active, so there should be a connotation there. So there, again, there may be some changes, but for the most part, these are your vice commanders assigned to your posts for the year. Questions, comments, concerns? Question?
First thing, on the sign post 421, I was assigned also post 155, and I'm kind of like in the middle of transferring the 421 members to 155 members. Or we could talk about it afterwards about.
Yeah, we can make
giving
changes
me
so it's.
155 back so that I can, it'll make it a lot easier than
Because you got 421 and you're moving those people to 155.
155.
155 and 27.
So we can move 27 to Paul and move one five.
I live 5 minutes from 27, so I live in
I'm
France.
just about to suggest.
Yeah, so we'll move,
What's that?
I just suggested doing that.
so what we'll do
I
is,
used to have Dover, and then they switched.
this is the one from last year again, that we're here to make corrections. So that's why we're doing this now. So we'll move 27 to Vice Commander Paul Connors and 155 Whippany to Vice Commander Bruce Michaels.
Okay, yep, that'll work.
And this will be sent out as a PowerPoint to everybody, but I don't want to send it out until we all sit here and criticize it and make it better. Any other questions or comments about the assignments for Vice Commanders for the year? The roles and responsibilities of your Vice Commanders, you're supposed to keep in touch with the posts, see how you are, see how your membership is, address any problems. If they can attend a meeting, that doesn't always happen. We usually just talk to each other at the county meetings. I should also be going to meetings, which I haven't done, which I should do. Just keep an eye on their officer reports, right? Our post officer forms, squadron officer forms, our consolidated post reports. I know everybody's heard me harp on that. And give them guidance if they need guidance in anything going on, without interfering with their personal matters, finances and such in the post. But if post, you can reach out to your vice commanders for help, suggestions, guidance. If they don't have the information, we can move it up and work on that. They're there to help you. They're there to make sure your post is running okay. It's a lot with the paperwork, with My Legion, with all the websites, with the amount of information coming out. It's every day it's just more and more information. So the more we communicate with each other, the better we can run the county and help you. To your appointed officers, Paul Connors, the adjutant, right here, Master at Arms right now. I called Larry Brin, I have not heard back. That's kind of up in the air. Julio Diosis, the service officer, was excused today. He's on a business trip. He's very good, again, with the county service officer, right? We're just there to get the basic information for you and then start working how we can help you out with any service officer problems, right? So if your post service officer calls, we can work with them. It's the people at department who really know what to do, and we're there to guide you and help you. So members who need assistance, please reach out and help them. We just had a couple guys at 342, they just got 10%, which is a start, and they didn't know they could have it, and they got 2 years back pay on that 10%. So there's a lot of benefits out there. There's tons of programs. Contact your VSOs. Julio's great. I went through the course with him, and he's very knowledgeable and willing to help. Judge Advocate Howard Ligator is, where's Dad? Cooking? Where is it? Oh, I thought you were still cooking, sir. How are you? Is the food ready?
Ready?
Yeah. I'm going as fast as I can so we can. Post a story, Dennis, before he does the recordings of each meeting, and he puts them on the
County webpage.
county webpage, so you can review the meeting. I know Paul worked with that for the minutes. We're getting a microphone to record the minutes so they're clear. But he keeps track of everything going on. So after a meeting, if you can't make it or you forget something, you can go on and rewatch the exciting hour and a half of the Morris County American Legion meetings. Great. That was a Facebook picture. That's a good picture. And here we go. Rich Michael. Any SAL in here? That was like, good. You can't raise your own hand. That's Rich Michael. He is your new detachment executive committeeman for the Morris County American Legion. We've been getting more and more. I recruited him simply because he's from my post and he's the SAL commander of my post. I've been harping on getting the SAL officer forms, the squadron officer forms. I think we have about almost 60% of them now. They've been coming in. Everybody understands that we're building that program. Again, I think I got to recheck the numbers. It was about 800 SAL members in this county. That's a tremendous amount of people. We have some very strong SALs. We have a couple with some problems that we're working on, but that's all part of this process. So our goal this year is to build a Morris County detachment. We need some officers, obviously, and some meetings. I think we haven't talked, but hopefully September we can have a county meeting and try and really get that rolling. We started it last year. That was our goal. We established putting in that position, and we're going to expand on that now and start forming the officers and have an actual county detachment. SAL is doing a tremendous amount in this state. It's a huge program. The amount of money they raise is incredible. Sometimes it's almost close to, if not more than the Legion. They do a great job and we need to be involved with them more. They're tremendous supporters of the American Legion and our programs. So you're gonna be hearing from Rich. I'm passing off all the squadron officer forms to him. He's gonna get his email roster off that, and he'll be contacting the commanders in those posts to try and build this program. So all commanders from your posts or Legion commanders, try and convince your squadrons to get involved a little bit. I know it's kind of tough because they're on their own in their each little areas, but we have some big squadrons in the state. This one's really a big squadron here. My wife's uncle was actually their squadron commander, I think for 30 years. Leroy was squadron commander, something crazy.
Close to that.
Yeah, that's too long. 30 years, I'm gonna need.
He did that.
Morris County Post and Leadership, there's some open spots, just I don't have all that information. So I'm not leaving the information from last year. I'm updating as we go along. Once all the spots are filled and this whole PowerPoint goes out, we'll have the information for you on that. Again, there's some posts up here. This is all the posts that are currently still listed with the county. Some of them are suspended. One is canceled. So the list is smaller. It's about 16. Well, it's about 20 assigned, about 16 active. Yeah, but the ones that are not active, canceled or suspended, are still listed with Morris County. So that's part of that transitioning those members that are suspended post to another post and canceling their charters. So here's your committee, and I know it's kind of small if you're far away. So ABC and Gaming, Harold Libator, that's a huge department. Being a post commander, everybody's a post commander, has a bar and does bingo. Rich will tell you, he's been working with me. The paperwork is crazy. We have a lot of people that can help you to understand the paperwork, the rules, the laws, and Harold's an expert on that. And then we have people, Brian Hagel at the department is an expert on that. So any questions we can ask him. American isn't Bruce Michaels. American Legion Baseball, we don't have that, but Harold's the committee. I don't know if that's something we'll bring back at some point. American Legion, the Leadership College, Dominic. Audit, we got rid of. Budget, Mr. Bolte, the excellent finance officer. Boy State, Mr. Kramer. Boy Scouts, myself. Ceremonies, we eliminated. Children and Youth is Norris. Commanders Projects, all the vice commanders. Convention Committee, all the vice commanders. Employment, Homeless Education, Paul Connors. We don't have Legion Police. Lord knows we could use them sometimes. Legislative, Will Kramer. Membership, Tom Dresner. National Security, POWIMA, Paul Connor.
Correct my name, please.
Yeah, I see that's wrong. Spell check, so good like that. Nominating, Paul, Tom Dresner. Oratorical, Paul Connor, that's one of the ones we want to try and get more involved in with the kids. It's a great program. Public Relations. Publicity, Norris. Resolutions, Will Kramer. Rehab General Services, Julio Diosis. Rehab Hospital, Julio Diosis. Our chaplain for religious emphasis, Mike Murphy. The Safety Essay and Poster, Bruce Michael. Education Scholarship, Russ Jenkins. Sons, myself. Testimonial dinner, the vice commanders in the website is Dennis Kapora. Elmer's also big on the website, and Dominic Sable all helped with that website to keep it going. So getting back to the testimonial dinner, we haven't had one in a couple of years just because with Bob Langford, me kind of stepping in last year and coming back this year. So I talked to Rayanne a little bit and Rich about having a countywide testimonial dinner at the end of the year, maybe at Lincoln Park or somewhere that's big, have a big dinner, really bring the county together at the end of the year. So we'll talk amongst the commanders from the county for that and the vice commanders and see what we want to do in relation to that. But I think we do something big and nice at the end of this year. And with all the leadership we have in the county now, bring it all together and celebrate what we're doing. Any questions on committees or chairpersons? If anybody wants to get involved in a committee, right, you should have some at your post. Reach out to us. We can get people involved with committees within the county. Again, especially the oratorical and the safety essay poster for the kids at the schools. Questions, comments, concerns, Mr. Kramer?
Comment. So if you're listed as a chairperson, in case just to dispel any doubts, you may say to yourself, we don't do much with that in the county. But all those people, just about all of them, like religious emphasis and children and youth, are also the Morris County rep to the department committee for that function. So oratorical, there's a department oratorical. Even if we don't do one here, if we don't have anybody that wants to do it locally, we still do it department-wise, and we should be supporting that. So I don't know that we're gonna do anything POW, MIA, or national security here within Morris County. But you should be in touch with the committee chair who has your name, should have your contact info. So we need to not be absent from all these things at the department level. And some of them are gonna get more and more important as time goes on.
Can I ask a question specific to that?
Sure,
Using oratorical as an example,
perfect.
if theoretically, we're not doing much at the county level. So how do we push the candidates up to department? What is the basis for making a recommendation for candidates to go to the department contest?
So the way it works is theoretically, if we had a lot of people doing that, we would have, if you had 2 in your post, you would have a post championship, or you could. Chances are, I don't expect any posts in Morris County to do that. But we should, if we have 1 or more from the county, do a county level. If we have more than 1 from the county, do a county at a post. Okay? But then the next step is district. So that's usually run in Sussex. And the winner of that goes on to department finals. I was a judge for department finals this past year, and I suspect Harold could correct me if I'm wrong, but based on how this kind of stuff usually works, is once you've been pushed in, you don't get out of it. So I imagine I'll be a judge again. Harold agrees.
You're talking about the judge or the candidate?
As a judge. But now, I happen to know at least one kid in this county who's a national level debater, who we should be doing an oratorical. We should be pushing him to
Well,
oratorical.
the reason I volunteered for oratorical is I'm involved at Toastmasters, and
Mhm.
I'm on my way to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. And one of the things I noticed, like the Freemasons in New Jersey announced that they're starting to push the Toastmasters program at the lodge level so that people can improve their public speaking skills, their presentation skills, and so on. And that again, because I'm involved in that, that's why I volunteered to do oratorical.
I've been a county, I've been a faculty advisor for Toastmasters before. In the oratorical, we don't count us. It's more about the content.
Right.
But yeah, we need to do this. And so, yeah, we should have a county championship. Name who our county person is. Even if it's only 1, we need to celebrate that person and then push it upward.
There's a lot we can do committee-wise. Norris,
Just as a point of information, the boys from Boys State are returning to girls from Girls State that we sent. We should now present something to the schools to acknowledge their presence and then point out the oratorical contest coming up, I guess, January. And start it now, not in January.
Is there an age on the oratorical?
No age, high school age, just high school.
that's a good idea. Harold,
Since we're talking about this, just to bring back a little bit of history with Morris County. As a matter of fact, I was the county commander, I think it was back in '86. And we did add a Boys State governor. And by the way, I can't think of his last name. Smith. Anyway, he was sponsored by Whippany. Whitney Post. He was Boy State governor, and he was also the oratorical champion by the state, went to the district, went to the sectional. If he wins the sectional, then he goes to Indianapolis, and I get a free ride going with him. He lost at the sectional, but we did have somebody that went that far. He's from post 155 with me, 1986.
So maybe Paul can start getting that out, and the idea of the boys state and girls state representative came back and pushing that to the schools is a good idea. So again, that's a program we can expand on, really become part of the community.
We
Mr.
also
Kramer.
need to push in addition to this, and it's the same, so oratorical, you could be any year of high school. We had a kid in the department finals who was a freshman. When Mahandra's daughter did it, I think she started as a freshman.
Yes.
Okay, and she developed all 4 years, got better and better as time went on. But the rest of these, so oratorical is all 4 years. But I'm gonna touch on, and obviously boys and girls state are juniors. But scholarship, it's on here, I saw it, education scholarship, down 4 from the bottom. Okay.
Russ,
At the county, at the department level this past year, I want to say we had about 10 to 12 actual applications. Now, I know Chaplain Murphy pointed out that it's an involved application. The answer to that is start early. Okay? The time to start hitting kids up, talking about this in your schools, trying to get people to do this is not necessarily now because school's out, but certainly late in the summer, early fall. We want to get people started on this. Because you don't want to hear, oh, I didn't have time.
But you gotta get us the applications.
The applications will be, if not the exact same, they'll be very similar to this year. So they can get a start by pulling it's not gonna be much different.
It's not just the application, you need letters of recommendation from people that don't happen overnight.
Right? That's why you start early.
Who do we
Okay.
contact?
Sorry?
Who do we have to contact to get the information? It's online. but-
Russ Jenkins is our county rep,
I just found out Thursday. so.
but you can get a real good start on it by going to the department website and pulling down the forms. I don't expect they're gonna change very much. The Education and Scholarship Chair at department level is Joel Bloom from Middlesex, who's hosted this before. I don't think he's gonna change it very much.
The application is actually pretty straightforward, but when you go to teachers and stuff and ask for letters of recommendation, it doesn't happen in a day. They're gonna stall, they're not gonna be there, so you can't do it the night before and expect to put an application.
We're already in place. That's why we want to know how to proceed. What's the topic?
There's no topic.
No, there's no topic.
No, it's
No, there's no-
qualifications.
There's no topic. It's all.
For scholarship, there's no topic.
Scholarships. No, it's, but the
You're
point
talking
is,
oratorical.
Oratorical,
Different.
the topic, so here's the thing about oratorical, and I don't want to hijack the meeting. In the end, to do oratorical correctly, although the way oratorical works is they're gonna get told to talk about a specific amendment to the Constitution or a specific aspect of the Constitution. But in the next part of the competition, part 2, they get something they're not planned to get. So the answer is learn about the Constitution. That's how you prepare, is to know the Constitution. Sorry.
that's what we're here, put out information so we can get more involved.
Thank you.
So we have our chair people, again, this will be put out when the whole packet's put out once, we haven't gotten to the dates for meetings yet, so that's gonna be a whole nother topic. But contact those people, work within your post, and we can expand a lot of these programs. I think we just touched on this, the chairperson responsibilities. Talk to the chair people, provide reports back to the county, and get the information out to the post. This is why it's so important. I've been pushing the post officer point. We need to know who your leadership is within your post. So we have an accurate email list and we can get all this information to you. Every day we get emails from John Baker, from the department, a tremendous amount of information, all of it's good information. Because it's stuff not only to help our veterans, but to help the community. And a lot of what we do is helping the community. Questions on committees or anything? Here's our list for the sons within the county. This is listed as, this one I got a couple months ago, I don't know how, 709. So that's a good amount of sons within the county. 43 alone has 129, 279 at 104. 390 where we are has 90. And again, when you see X's, that means they went over the top in membership. So we have a pretty strong SAL in this. I'm sorry, Tom, you have?
Yeah, I have a comment on this, because I had a lengthy conversation with John Baker on this subject yesterday.
Uh-oh, go ahead.
Okay. Want to expand the SAL. Got to realize the SAL strength is capped,
Yes,
okay? The 990s for each post, and they're capped by post. So trying to create a county SAL unlimited, you're asking for trouble. When you publish the thing saying, oh, we have 768 as of yesterday, and this is according to Trish Grunwald, before I talked to her before I talked to John, she says the current number is 763 as of yesterday.
right.
Okay? We are capped. You cannot expand that.
So
When I say capped, the SAL for a post is capped to the end strength of that post.
correct.
It's 25%. If you exceed that, that's not set by the American Legion. It's not set by national. It's set by the IRS.
Correct.
If you violate that, you run the risk. And I discussed this with John. And he said, yes, absolutely. If you exceed that, and you've advertised this already by being in excess of the numbers, you're inviting the IRS to come in and you'll be audited. The post will be audited individually because you're the ones violating the law. Okay? And you risk losing your nonprofit status completely.
Correct.
And if that happens, then they'll expand it and look at you or county for encouraging people to exceed the laws.
So what would the county detachment is not expanding membership, it's expanding the leadership and creating a connection between Morris County
Okay,
and department. So you're
back up
100%
to
correct.
each post, because right now,
It's 25%.
yeah, and you could just look at the numbers. Some
And this-
posts right now are in excess of 25%.
Dave,
Of
is
their
that-
end strength.
is that still a correct number? I thought I read 50.
Huh?
I thought I read they
Well, there it
changed
is.
that to 50.
This is a nationwide
I
trial.
asked this of John Baker,
Correct,
point
Roy, they were
blank
doing
yesterday.
something,
He
they
said,
wanted to change the number.
I'm not aware of it. That number has not changed, and you're risking
We're gonna make it
incurring the wrath of the
based on
IRS.
the state or
Okay,
something.
it's not national who's doing this, it's the IRS, and you
Interesting
risk losing your nonprofit status. And they'll look at you by individual posts. So when we advertise this, here.
Maybe it's time to approach our national and get legislation changed like you just did for all the veterans.
I'm gonna defer to
Don't try-
Mr. Kramer first.
You
Am I
can
gonna
try
defer to
that, but that's not gonna happen overnight. But what we've
So-
done now
so
is
there's a lot-
advertise that we're in violation of.
There's
This
a lot of
topic is-
numbers
this
being
topic
thrown
is active.
around. Let me just say that a lot of numbers being thrown around. I've actually read the law. And what the law, the 25% is the SAL is not supposed to be more than 25% of the total. What the rule actually
Strength
is,
of the post. It's the end strength of the Legionnaires plus the SAL
No, right.
rolled together, and it's 25% of
which
that. thing.
means the SAL size can be 33% of the post's size. Under the thing you're talking about. When this recently came up, I've been told, and I'm gonna look into this some more at National, is that this has been set aside. But what this is really about, I don't know that the IRS is gonna, I don't know of any cases where the IRS came in and did an audit. What this is about is, you've heard of, people talk about 501c3 charitable organization. The Legion actually owns one here in New Jersey, and I'll talk about that later, actually. But Posts are 501c19, which is veteran organization, veteran charitable organization. The definition of a C19 is an organization which has no more than 25% of its membership consists of veterans. So if you have more than 25%, you may not be eligible as a C19. But I don't think anyone's gonna go after you for being a nonprofit. They might go after your C19 status, and you have to file different paperwork. Which one, I don't know, but I don't think, so I'm not saying you're wrong. But I'm saying, let the fear, I don't think anybody's out there trying to audit posts.
Okay, well,
'Cause they
let
got
me
their hands
tell you
full.
something about my personal background. I'm a retired school-trained resource manager at Department of the Army level. When
I
I looked at
understand.
the numbers that were coming out here, a red flag went up.
I
Okay, and
actually-
I discussed this with John Baker in great detail, including counting the number of SAL members who are dual hatted. SAL and Legionnaires.
Yep.
How do they factor in? Do you get down in that? You can go off on a tangent and try and go and do an end run around here, but right now, the law is you're capped at 25%, and that's a total of the posts.
Or you can lose your C19 status. I agree with you on
You can
that.
lose your nonprofit status.
Correct.
John agreed with me
You
on
go
that.
back, excuse me 1 minute. If you go back 20 years ago, like this gentleman is talking about, there were posts in South Jersey that were brought up on those charges because they exceeded the 25%. And they were brought up on charges and they lost their status, but they lost it only for like 30 days or 60 days. I think if you go back, it's like 15 or 20 years ago. And Harold knows about that also because it was brought up.
Okay, the man who made me aware of this to begin with, his picture's on the wall over there, Jimmy Villar.
Right. Well,
And he
that's
was
how-
the SGA for county when he told me that.
That's how I learned about
Let's
it.
tone it down. I don't disagree with you, and the numbers actually caught my eye as well for certain posts. 25% of combined membership is supposed to be the limit, but this, I need to go back and push. I was told within the last 6 months that that's no longer in effect. So I will look into that, but,
Question after when you're done.
go ahead.
For clarification, the 25% comes from the total strength of the post, the SAL added to the Legion, and it's 25% of that.
Right,
Correct.
So you can have 33% of your SAL can be 33% of your post membership, but added together, it's 25%.
so if Post 242 has 100 Legionnaires,
Right,
under this rule, you could have 33 SAL members.
but then added
Because the
together, it's
combined
25%.
It's 25%.
Right, okay.
Okay, that's
for
how the numbers
clarification.
work, but that's under the definition of a C19.
Yes.
You don't have to be a C19 to still be a nonprofit. There's lots of other ways to be a nonprofit besides being a C19.
I'm only telling you
Norris.
what the department adjutant told me yesterday.
And this topic came up I think it came up at convention, we were discussing it. And the national is aware of this, because
Yep.
throughout the country, most posts with their SAL are over their number.
You're rolling the dice, I'm telling you, because of the way the law reads right now, you're rolling the dice.
And everybody in the national is aware of this, and there's some legislative programs we're working on to change this. Within the county of Morris, creating a county detachment is not increasing our numbers, it's taking our resources and pooling them, so we can communicate with department better, so we can work on these things. I understand 100% what you're saying, and this is a conversation that's come up very often. And having a county detachment allows us to have more communication among all the SAL detachments in the county, so that we can go to department and understand more what's going on. Norris,
Just for our own peace of mind, why don't we look into this further in depth? Because our post 59, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, while it was reprocessing its criteria, and with the IRS, they gave us the quote, everything that you do is for the good of the veteran membership. So we have to clarify, Tom, our status, and if any questions, let's find out in a month or two while we work on this to clarify our situation. So we're prepared to answer that question when it comes up.
And that's part of everything we're doing, so there is that
Yeah.
communication.
So it's
But it is
on
a
the
national
table.
problem.
Let's look
It's
into
been
it
brought up
further.
at
and
department
we'll
level,
go
it's been
from
brought
there.
nationally.
For your information, John Baker is unaware of what you're trying to do, or he was until yesterday.
Now, I've spoken to John Baker, and everybody at the department knows that we're trying to
Let's
create a county
clarify.
detachment. A county detachment is not, an
That's not what you told me yesterday.
well, I will call him on Monday and have another conversation.
Johnson having a county detachment?
A county
Is
detachment,
a problem under this?
Don't put anything in writing.
Say
though.
exactly that.
Don't publish. No, we're just making sure we clarify, that's why we're here.
I think the best thing for you guys, I think the best thing for you guys to do is discuss this at a different meeting. Right now,
Yes.
you're beating a dead horse right now. Let's keep the meeting
It's an
going.
open topic, but just to clarify, by creating a detachment
There's a
for
question.
the county. it's
One
not
conversation
increasing
at a time,
membership,
please.
It's just increasing communication, which is gonna fix this. So I'm not saying more people join, I'm saying take these people, form our detachment with Rich, and then we have more communication, can figure out what's going on. So you are 100% correct, and it's a topic that's out there and everybody's working on. But they know, department is well aware, and I've spoken with the department commander, that we are forming a detachment, and other counties have detachments. It's just like the Morris County American Legion, it's the Morris County Sons of the American Legion.
Okay, as long as you don't try and create your own SAL.
It's a detachment for the county, and they will pull from the other posts, hopefully, to make those officers, just like Vice Commander Connors and our vice commanders, they'll have their officers. So we're not creating more members, we're recruiting members from posts to create an officer pool and a detachment for the county, so we can communicate with the department better.
Gonna have a tough job selling that to my SAL.
Hopefully they'll step up, we have a very strong,
They're they have very strong feelings on this, I assure you.
That's Thomas.
and people will, but, you know, for the good of the Legion and for the good of the county and resolving problems like this and making sure we know what's going on, having a detachment that represents Morris County to department is very important.
Has anybody, you talked to John Baker, has anybody understood why they have a limit on this? Is this like?
It's an IRS thing.
Is this logical?
He said understood, not IRS.
Yeah. So, this is an ongoing situation, everybody's aware of it, and we're gonna work on building the detachment.
Want more members, not less?
And I'm sure we'll revisit this conversation in August at our next meeting. Good? Jim, you're up, sir. I didn't put a picture, I just put.
Basically, all I'm gonna tell you is, we're doing fine. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been spent. A lot of these contests that you're all talking about. I do a report every month, including July, which is a month that is only the organizational meeting, and December. So if anybody wants to know what kind of money we have, I put the report out every single month. And it's given to Mr. Connors, and he sends it out. So is there any questions on finance? Does anybody want to know anything about finance? I'm going to tell you again this year. I will continue this year for a full year, providing I'm able to. If so, we could get somebody to step up, I would appreciate next year if somebody could step up and take over finance. But if nobody does, my wife and I are willing to continue to do it, but I think it's time that it got turned over. I've been doing it for 8 or 9 years now. It's not a tough job. Takes about 2 hours, 3 hours a month. The toughest month is September and October when you do per capita and rehab. But other than that, my wife and I will be more than willing to continue the rest of this year. But like I said, if somebody could step up, I would appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Any questions on finance, comments?
Oh, one other thing. Next month,
I'm gonna put these reports out next month at the next meeting and everybody will be able to, I can show you. If you want to see them now, you can come up and get them. It'll show you how much money was spent and how much money wasn't spent, like on certain things like the coloring contest and all. We didn't spend what we were budgeted. A lot of it hasn't been spent for years. That's my report.
Thank you, sir. Questions, comments, concerns, finance? Once, twice. Conversation, who has a calendar? Let's make sure our dates are correct.
You got one date wrong.
I heard I have 2 dates wrong. Elmer, I'll start with you, because you gave me one in the beginning.
April 18th, Good Friday. Does that matter to people?
Yes. I mean, I would assume yes. And I'm opening my calendar too.
The meeting in November should be 15, not 16.
Let's just start the July 13th, we're here. Friday, August 16th. We also need posts for those meetings. Anybody that like to volunteer for August 16th? Once, twice. But the 16th is a good date, correct?
Yeah.
September 20th.
Don't take September 20. Post 4/23.
That date is good. Friday, October 18th.
91.
Thank you, sir. Date's good. Friday, November 16th.
No, it's the 15th, the Friday.
See?
Lincoln Park will take that one.
Thank you, sir. Let me just write this down, bear with me.
16th is Saturday.
16th is Saturday, should be 15th. While we're here. Where were we? November. December, no meeting. January 17th. Third Friday, looks good?
Yeah.
Any takers for the meeting? We'll come back. What we just do?
February 154.
Thank you, sir.
Be a snow day with dirty water dogs.
Sounds good to me. I'm
And
already
Dave, 242 will take January 17th.
Well,
Thank you.
David,
Yes, sir.
344 will take January.
Someone else just did.
242 just took
Spoke too late.
January.
I just took, you want it? You
Yeah,
got
we'll
March? Excuse me?
Well,
We'll just
sorry,
swap
never
with
mind.
you. We'll take January.
I took, that's what I took.
Nobody can have March until you do your.
He took. he
That's why I
took-
said
He took.
Never
February.
mind. I think I said never mind.
I didn't hear, never mind, sorry.
You want 242? I mean, you want,
Let's just do
January
this one out
17th?
real
Yeah,
quick.
we'll take that.
Okay, give January 17th to him. I'll step up later.
What's that, folks?
344, January. February, did we talk about February? February 21st?
Yeah, February 154.
154, got that, thank you. March to competition, highest membership percentage gets to host a department commander's visit. I hope it's a tough choice, we have a good bunch to choose from. April 18th,
Good Friday.
Good Friday, stand by. Do we want to move it to the 25th or the 11th? Talk-
25th is probably gonna be Legion College.
Correct.
Might be Legion College.
Can we move April 18th to April 11th?
They normally never change price.
Just leave it Good Friday.
They normally kept it Good Friday, and they did fish and meat, because not everybody doesn't eat meat. on
Do we want to
Friday.
leave it Good Friday?
No.
We can fish for dinner.
Which one is the fifth Friday?
What's gonna print it?
We're on April 18th, which is Good Friday,
Oh, they're doing fish and chip dinner.
That's a religious holiday.
as far as I know. I'm not religious, so. I
Mhm.
wanted to do, I want to accommodate.
Most Catholics, it's a
It's
big
a
deal.
it's a big
It's a
deal.
pretty big holiday.
So can we move it to the 11th?
I don't have a problem with the 11th.
All right,
Did
so
we do that this year? We moved it back from Good Friday?
Yeah.
We did it a week before
I
this year.
believe
No,
so.
that was
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day. You had to change it.
That was
because the
the
commander had to come.
Yes. So April 11th. We have a post, would like April 11th,
We'll take it.
423. Thank you.
Good.
Nobody else is.
May 13th. That's not correct. Should be May 16th.
That's the county convention.
County convention, let me change the date. So county convention is supposed to be
17th. Saturday.
the
right?
second Saturday of the month,
Saturday, right?
so it should be the 10th. This happened this year, we made the wrong date, so let's make sure it's right. 3 is the first Saturday, 10 is the second Saturday in May. We'll determine later where we're gonna have that. We have possibly testimonial the same night again, we'll have conversation among this.
And the testimonials, you have May 13th, which is a Tuesday.
Well, it should be also the 10th,
Oh, subject to change.
and I guess that could be subject to change too, once we determine what type of program we're gonna do.
Subject to change.
Any other questions, comments, concerns, or corrections for our dates?
Just a comment. I
Yes.
know we do meal at 7, meeting at 8. Has there been ever any thought of moving it up a little earlier?
No, but here we are.
How does anybody feel? I mean, you're starting the meeting at 8 o'clock at night, you're not getting out till 9:30. I don't know.
Wasn't that to accommodate,
Tom
Tom getting home to the city? You commuting home.
It's been like that since I arrived, so the term I hate, it's always been. If people want to make it 6 and 7,
How about 6:30, split the hairs?
It used to be 6:30. It did get moved back 2 years ago and it didn't work out.
Okay.
got moved back like to 6:30.
6:30.
So leave it as is then, 7 and 8?
It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But 7 and 8 has been that way for as long as I've been here, and I've been here 30 years.
How come it didn't work out at 6:30?
It's just,
People couldn't get there?
too many people were late because they got stuck in traffic.
Workers, yeah.
So they went back to 8 o'clock.
I wish it wasn't Friday though, either. That's my happy hour.
Some of them had talked about starting the meeting at 8 o'clock and doing away with dinners.
I think
That
people
was-
like the dinner. It's also a time to have those off the record meetings.
So people weren't coming until 6:30, 6:45. I mean, the dinners, there wasn't a lot of people.
I mean, you can
right
cut
at
back
7
dinner to
o'clock.
30 minutes and make it dinner at 7:30, or the meeting at 7:30. Dinner at 7, meeting at 7:30.
Yeah, because there's not that much food that you gotta worry about.
It's like a
It takes
chow
a
hall,
while to
eat, get the meeting started. So how about that? Meeting, dinner 7:30, wait,
Dinner
dinner at 7, meeting at 7:30.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You're going to eat?
No, work.
Oh,
He's going to the barbecue.
Bye, Anthony.
everybody good with that?
Yep.
I like it.
7:30?
6:30, 7:30.
No.
No, so we'll give 30 minutes for food.
Dinner's at 7, meeting's at
Put
7:30.
post 450 for October. You said you don't have in October.
91,
What?
August, we don't have a date.
I will check.
correct.
You don't have anything for August?
Nobody's agreed for August.
What one did you say? Dennis?
Anybody want August?
October.
October, put a question
Well,
mark.
how about August? It's
Um,
like October, just earlier.
I have to get back to you on
We don't
that.
have to, it's not written in stone. We can adjust. We got most of them covered, which is good.
Okay.
And we'll come back. We'll
So you
post it.
want us to do August? I will check.
I'll put a question mark.
Yeah.
450 for August.
With a question mark.
450 with a question mark.
You
So,
got it.
so good. We've beaten this to death.
Yes.
All right. Annual calendar, Atlantic City Air Show, I just took it off because that was canceled. I think the Thunderbirds pulled out. National conventions in New Orleans, the 23rd to the 29th. Department convention in Wildwood, June 11th through 15th. I think it's actually 12th through 15. 11 is that Wednesday. That's just a DEC meeting. The High Point pilgrimage, June 29th. Hopefully we can make that a little bigger this year. I'm on that committee now, so I hope to work with Roger on that and make it bigger. Department commanders visit to Morris County. We talked about that. It's March 21. And again, that's by highest percentage of membership. That's always a good event. Good on the dates for the year?
Yep.
Fantastic. Membership data, let's take a 2-minute break and do some awards for membership. Awesome. I have to shift over here to this. Who's first? Pompton Plains,
Yes, sir.
come on up. Anybody from Pompton, the whole group can come up.
Group is coming up.
So at department convention this year, it was nice to have Morris County called several times and get to go up there and receive awards. So convention membership award for attending a membership greater than 110%. John Lockoff, Post 242, Pompton Plains, presented by John Baker, Larry Bishop, Department Commander. You guys have the best membership in the county. Thank you so much. The pin, we're
Thank
going
you,
over
sir.
the top, Larry Bishop pin. And here's your 100% commander pin. Congratulations. And for your membership officer, his recruiting pin.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic job. Thank you. Next. Morristown, Post 59. All come up, one person.
Salute and salute.
2023-24 Rehabilitation Hospital Post Reporting Award presented to Morristown Post 59, Morristown, New Jersey, Morris County. James Coons, Commander, for contributions and services rendered to hospitalized veterans. John Baker, Larry Bishop, Department Commander. Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much. Commander Highway, Post 344. 2023-24 Rehabilitation Hospital Post Reporting Award presented to Rockaway, Post 344, Rockaway Township, New Jersey, Morris County. Thomas Highway, Commander, for contributions and services rendered for hospitalized veterans. John Baker, Adjutant, Larry Bishop, Commander. Thank you very much. And for everybody in Morris County, 2023-24 American Legion, Department of New Jersey, gratefully acknowledges the outstanding services rendered to hospitalized veterans by members. Ones will do it. Is that me? So
No.
you can see we're doing great things for our veterans in this county. We have several awards. Our membership, it's a great job, and to get one for the whole county is really special, because that's our main job, is to take care of the veterans. Back over here. Our membership, we got 4 posts over the top right now, so we're expanding and going up. S is suspended, X means they've gone over the top, C is canceled. Who just went? So 312, I talked to them the other day, they were excited. They got new members, they went to 16 and came off the suspended list. It's still small, but they made an effort to increase their post in their membership, which is great. So they actually lost their S, I guess, from department because of at 16. 391, I'll have Brian Bergen update you at the August meeting
I'm
about.
ready to talk about the building.
Yeah.
I
Talk.
I talked to Brian yesterday, day before, because there was a question from Danny Hatchard from Post 27. He was gonna be here to ask the question, what's the status of the sale? And right now, they need a payoff number, so the amount that's owed to the state because of the loss of the real estate tax exemption. We need, right now, they can't close on it because they don't know how much to set aside to send to the state. So they're waiting on that, and they're planning on doing the closing in like the middle of the month.
I think it's the 19th, I think.
I think that's correct. I've got a date. I don't have my phone with me right now,
I think he said 19.
but that's what they're waiting on. I think the end result is the final number less the amount going to the state is probably gonna be somewhere in the high 300s. Okay, and we're gonna split that with the state is the plan. No one said no to me yet.
Knew that was coming.
No one has said no to me yet.
No, I knew the state was gonna get their hand in it.
Well, okay, so just to give you a primer,
I know.
so the rule on this is, everybody I think knows that you can't just turn in your charter and divide up the money among the post members. You just can't do that. Okay, and sell the building. So, well, although he said that in fun, the rule is a post going out of business is allowed to make donations to different organizations. And then the department owns what's left. So my comment, my position to the state has been that the post ceased to operate years ago. The county officers, Brian Bergen, myself, and a couple other people have been acting as the post. And our final act as the post is to make a donation in the 6 figures to Morris County American Legion, okay? And the rest will go to the department. Now, we have nothing in writing saying that's accepted, but it appears that will be accepted. The intention, by the way, is this is not gonna be money that then gets divvied up to the posts. Anybody that's operated at the department level, been to department meetings or at convention, has heard the comment, something called the Raymond Pellington Fund. Passaic County years ago closed the post, and the post made a big donation to it's called the Raymond Pellington Memorial Fund. Whoever Raymond Pellington was, I'm sure he was a veteran or a military hero. But that money is used for Legion purposes, donations to good causes, donations to scholarships, donations to this and to that. The intention is that this will become kind of a county endowment.
So Jim has to open up another account for a fund account.
How it will be done, unknown right now. We have a department-wide 501c3. We actually have a county 501c3 that's a little dormant right now. But for that kind of money, it doesn't have to be managed here. It can be held for us by somebody else who's actively doing it, or it can be here.
I don't trust
Depends.
The last one was held by
Out
Jimmy
of
Villard.
county, I don't trust.
Yeah. He said the last one was held by Jimmy Villard. We certainly can put this under the department's 501c3, NJVAA, of which the president of that is Tom Dresdner, our own Tom Dresdner, and I'm on the board. I can tell you that it's not a term, there's no term. So we're actively making a lot of money.
I'm a wise ass, you know that. So.
That's why we invite you.
It's being professionally managed, put it that way.
Okay.
We'll be very transparent with everything that goes on and
Yeah, it's okay on our end. It's the upper echelon that you gotta watch.
You mean at department level?
I won't say more.
No comment.
we have a good team working on it, so it's very,
I understand.
and I've encouraged open conversation about the event because it's lots of questions. I think we did well, and I'm hoping at the next meeting, we can close it and be done with that conversation. Any other questions on membership? Again, we're into the recruitment, retention time.
A positive
Keep them-
comment.
I love positive comments.
Okay, membership, if you go up online, take a look at your membership, they have Puffle up online already paid for 2025.
Yes.
You didn't have to wait till the end of the year to find it.
And again, we know, and I'm gonna show the department website in a second. There's that contention in my world, department has this number, national has a number, keep track of your numbers, what's going on, have your membership officer really jump on getting people. If you haven't seen them, especially with your buddy checks, good time to call somebody, see how they are. Can they not pay their membership, stuff like that. Again, we have that 3-year membership now, they can get on My Legion and just sign up for the 3 years and be done, or do the paid up for life, which means I have that. I never have to worry about anything. My card just comes in the mail. And I'm stuck here forever. So it's good. Any questions on membership? Well, but it's going up. James Post was the only one over the top. We're up to 4 now. So that's great progress. Our website, the guys do a great job of trying to put our flyers up there. There's 3 people who work on the website. So when you give us flyers for your breakfast, for golf outings and such, it goes up on that website. So after the meeting, once all the dates are confirmed, we'll get the dates confirmed for all the meetings on the website so you can see them. And again, I know Elmer will email me, call me when he sees problems. Anybody can call us and say, hey, I saw a problem on the website. Let us know. Somebody besides Elmer, please. Anybody.
Dave, one of these days you're gonna tell me not to come back.
Never, never.
No, a question on the website. How many people here don't go up on the website? Has anybody been up there? I won't. Yeah, okay, because I was talking to people and they say, I don't go up on the website. Well, you need to, that's where our
Our
information.
websites, I'm gonna show the department one real quick so I can show you some forms because we ran a little early. They're doing a good job.
Also, on the department website, we have a link to the state website, their YouTube channel, where they post, where they put up 21 videos up there the last month. And you can watch the convention video, anything else, it's up there, and the link is on our website.
Steve
So-
Fisher, who's the information officer, is that the title? Does a great job. He's worked on the website. He's made it better. He films everything from high points up there. He takes great candid photos of us when our eyes are closed, sitting in meetings, and then puts them on Facebook so our wives say, why are you sleeping in your meeting? There's a lot of information. I'm going to show the department website real quick in a second. But thank you to the three people who are maintaining that website. They're doing a great job, and it's not easy. Uniforms, each post you can do uniforms. We do use one called Fully Branded out of Morristown. Within the county, we're going to discuss which emblem we want to use this year. I think we're switching to the new. Nobody has it on. The new emblem just says American Legion, because that's really what the Legion is switching to. One gentleman in the back has it. So county will be staying with the white shirts. We'll have a discussion after that, how to do our ordering. And then Legion.org has all the uniforms. They actually just put out the 2025 membership shirt, really sharp. It's gray with blue down the side. It looks nice. So you can get everything there. Any questions, comments, concerns about anything going on this year? It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be busy. There's gonna be a lot of discussion. Obviously, we have a lot of things growing and changing and moving around. So use your vice commanders. You can call me, you can call anybody, and we'll help you out as best we can. Questions, comments, concerns, my phone's always on, I know, because you call me, which is great. Bruce?
Just a quick question. I just went through my membership packet. There's no SAOs cards here. Do you have the SAO cards and stuff?
Yeah, they should. I put everything back in the box.
Oh, okay.
Post 27's here. And we need to get them up on the website, because 2 weeks you're having your breakfast. So we're gonna make sure, we're gonna get your flyer. Actually, post 342, I think you're gonna help them out and eat their food.
You get your flyer and you send it to my email, I'll take care of it on the web.
Sorry to
Mr.
interrupt.
Audi?
The Audi- Who has the Audi again?
Or I have an air card. Information, membership, encourage your members to get on My Legion. They can get all their information, do the renewals. Commanders, you go on My Legion, you can monitor all your, that's our championship race starting last year. We're still sponsoring. We're not winning this year. We're doing bad. All your forms are on there. You just go to njamericanlegion.org, go to forms. Your post officer form is fillable. Your squadron officer form is fillable. Your consolidated post form is fillable. Right on that website. You can print them. You can send them right from there. Tons of information is on that website. Unfortunately, my air card is not up yet.
We can't afford Alex Blau this year because he was the Indy champ last year.
Right, we were the Indy
overall-
champions.
He was the overall champion of the Indy circuit.
Yes.
Sponsorship of him is super expensive this year. We can't afford it. We have a rookie for the same team
That we do.
who's pretty much top 15 on points, but he has not yet made a podium finish.
Give me 1 second, this will be up, I apologize. I do want to show you the site and forms real quick, because it's important. Got First Network. Hang on, I'm just about there. I did everything pretty well. I forgot to turn the air card on.
Charlie, do you know the Wi-Fi here?
I got it, Tom. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
my air card is
Memorial 290.
still. There it is. Almost there, hang on. Screen. All right, well, apparently this one cooperate, it's not going on the screen as it should. One second, I'll give up. That was 2 seconds.
Time's up.
I know, I've lost you. If it works, it works. If not,
On NJ.
for some reason, my screen's not mirroring to the TV. But nonetheless, NJAmericanLegion.org, everything he needs on there. I know I've harped on the post officer forms and squadrons and the consolidated post reports. National, we spoke to actually National Commander, and he pounded into us how important the consolidated post reports are, because that's what he talks to our legislators about when he goes to Capitol Hill. That says everything we're doing for our veterans. That's how we get money for our veterans. That's how when Mr. Kramer goes and speaks to Congresswoman Cheryl, she sees the great things we're doing for veterans, and that's how we get money and benefits for you guys. So that's why those forms are so important. Post officer forms important, so I can get information from departments to you, and we can help serve the post and our veterans better. Good?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Questions, comments, concerns? No? Please rise. Oh, hang on one second. I
Let's give out a
apologize.
few things here.
Yeah. Please sit. So close.
I can explain.
You want to handle this since you were?
So during the pandemic, you might remember we shut down and our department commander, or county commander was Amory Vasso, who left while we were shut down. On his way out of town, we had a testimonial just early on, and then he left. And he didn't have his awards given out. He didn't have them yet. And on his way out of town, he dropped them off with me while we were shut down. And the box got put behind things. And it's just gotten unearthed. So I have some awards here, some for people who are no longer alive, some for people who are not here. But I'd appreciate if they're not here, their former post, or failing their former post, the vice commander assigned to their post can get this to the right people. So we have Amber Charman, and I think the best bet is going to be post 450.
450 is correct.
Okay. Ryan Bergen, post 390. And Bill Colby, who I know is no longer a member here, but hopefully people know him.
He's my son's father-in-law.
Okay. And I know this guy. That would be me. Bob Langford. Dave, do you see Bob?
I do.
Well, then I'll leave this for you. You can give that to
Very
him.
happy to
He
receive
will
that.
be very happy. Mr. Bolte?
Whoever takes that.
Okay.
Historian Popora. Harold Libator.
Outside cooking.
Yes. And Mr. Dresdener. I will hold on to as well. Christina. And I don't know what we do with Ken Gorman.
To the post, I would say to
To
the
the
post.
post.
Okay, here comes a good one. I'm gonna throw a real curve at us. Who in the room here knows of somebody else that should be nominated for their good works in the Legion for special prizes? I'm gonna go off the bat and nominate Norris Actimov. Norris, come up here, please. For the number of things he's been involved in and showing the flag, etc. Okay, now I'm opening the floor to others.
Dominic Sable.
Dominic, follow him up here.
There are two.
Here's a cap pin.
Oh, thank you.
I have some pins, come on, Dominic, from National Convention. If you ever go to a national convention, part of the New Jersey packet includes 7 pins for trading. And I had some various New Jersey pins.
Thank you, sir.
Do we have any other nominations? Nominees for various good works?
I have another one. My own commander, Tom Heiler, for his many, many years as our membership chairman. And for his multiple tours of duty as post commander.
Tom, come on up. And Rand, I even have an auxiliary pin. I do, I think. So I will leave this one for you to give out. I don't remember whose pin it is. National Web. And I'm just gonna add a couple things while we have a moment. Everybody talks about membership. Most of the effort that gets spent in membership at the department level, and maybe even at national level, that they do through post is toward getting people out of post 1000. I believe we need to get new members. We need to recruit members. Now, how we do that, I've never really thought about it, and maybe nobody else has either here. But it seems we don't necessarily have a concerted strategy or marketing effort. It's the post, it's the camaraderie, and that's good stuff. Join us. We have this post home. Okay? A lot of posts used to be in softball leagues. Hey, join us. We'll play ball together and then we'll have a drink. Well, that's not as much of a thing anymore. But you know, these different things that we've been putting people into today, you know, Americanism, children and youth, Boy State, which I hold. Okay, these are the things that make us look good to the outside world. And what does the American Legion do? Why should I want to be a member of the American Legion? So one of the biggest is we influence federal policy on things like the PACT Act, veterans benefits. In the end, that should be why someone wants to join us. It doesn't have to be instead of the VFW or instead of the Vietnam Veterans of America or the Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. It can be in addition. We are the loudest voice legislatively. There's reasons for that, which I can get into later on. I won't do it now in front of everybody because I think you might be bored. But we have a different, Legion's doing it a little differently. I didn't dream it up. It's not that I'm proud of it because I did it, but they do something that no other group does. And when I asked different staffers in Washington, they said, no one does it the way we do it. Okay. Again, that's why people should want to join us, because we can make a difference. Okay. So when you start, if you can get your post to help talk to people, again, any veteran should want to join us because we're their voice. And if a veteran says, gee, I don't have any VA conditions, I don't go to the VA, that was me, okay? I don't go to the VA, doesn't want to talk to me. I don't go to the VA, I have medical care, okay? And I don't have any conditions. Well, then time catches up to you and you'll find out you do, okay? Who here has been exposed to firefighting foam? Okay? It should be more than this.
It should be, yeah.
I think it's more than this. I think there's hands that are not up because they don't know it. But there's an awful lot of people that are exposed to firefighting foam, for example. I don't know that that's gonna become a VA condition, but I think it is. Okay, because of the multitudinous conditions that are connected to that now. You know, if someone talked about burn pits 20 years ago, nobody cared, and it was not a condition of the VA, and it is now. Okay, I suspect firefighting foam, AFFF, is gonna go that way. And there'll be more stuff coming in behind that. We operate in a dangerous environment, and the world is a little different about accepting that. So anyhow, that's what you tell people. That's why it's not just the bar or the gambling or whatever. It's also because we're standing up for people and trying to help get this stuff covered. Yes, sir.
One thing nobody seems to remember is that the American Legion in New Jersey was instrumental in the state of New Jersey at the state colleges, the community colleges, and the state universities, providing tuition-free tuition to members of the Air and Army National Guard of the state. Doesn't apply if you're a reservist, but if you're a guardsman, Army or Air, you can go to school in New Jersey for free. The American Legion, many, many years ago, probably over 30 years ago, led that effort. And again, it only applies to the Army and Air Guard because they fall under the state. The reserves don't, unfortunately. But that's something that I know has been very instrumental in helping people get into the Guard and Reserve, because I met a young woman in the 177 Fighter Wing right out of high school, got her associate degree, her bachelor's degree, and her law degree in 10 years by being a member of the New Jersey Air National Guard. And the American Legion led that effort to get tuition-free schooling for members of the Guard in the state. That's another reason why, in my opinion, we should go and try to get permission to recruit at Guard armories, because they're not locked down on a closed installation. Maybe speak to unit commanders. Can we approach your membership, your company, your battalion, whatever, your squadron? This is what we can do for you if you join the American Legion. And then, of course, expand that to the reserve units as well. But the tuition reimbursement or tuition free, that's probably one of the best deals you're going to get out of the state of New Jersey.
They don't give anything for free.
Through
But thank you.
PhD, by the way.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, well, law degree, same thing.
Yes, Jim.
You all know we're having a picnic right after this. If anybody has any receipts that they want to turn in that the county will pay for, I brought my checkbook. Just bring the receipts up to me and I'll write you out a check for it. So.
If you need money, see Jim. Elmer.
Last year, we started doing a raffle at each meeting to raise funds. We probably don't need to do that anymore with selling the post.
With what?
We used to do a raffle.
We did a couple, yeah.
We did a couple, then we stopped it.
We can look into doing
We
that
let
again.
it
It never
drop.
hurts.
Whether we want to just continue it, or do you want to continue it? There's something to talk about.
Okay.
It was never discontinued. It just got put to the side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
Whoever was-
continue
The
that.
person that was running it is no longer with us.
okay.
And if somebody wanted to step up and goes to all the meetings, it's very easy to do. We'll run a 50-50, or you want to do a bottle of booze, just say whatever the post wants to do for that meeting.
Yeah, because we haven't done it in several months.
And it helped out a lot.
All right, just real quick announcement with the cards. The 2025 membership cards for SAL members who are also Legion members, dual membership, were not included in the batch of 2025 cards sent to Department for distribution. The American Legion is aware of this and is working to rectify the situation. So before I get a phone call, where's my cards? Apparently there's a problem and it's being rectified. All right, thank you for coming. We're gonna go outside and enjoy a barbecue. I still have membership cards up here. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, I'm here. Come up and see me or your vice commanders, and we'll certainly address them. All right, please rise. Powers in place, hand salute. 2, uncover. Should have done that first, sorry. The chaplain will offer a prayer.
Our Heavenly Father, we deem this a fitting time to pay our respects to our departed comrades. As we stand with bowed heads in reverence to them, let us remember the good deeds they accomplished. Let us revere them as good soldiers who fought the good fight in a just cause. Let us silently pray for peace, the peace that passes all understanding. And let us in mind and soul consecrate our hearts and lives to the real America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, the America worth fighting for. As we stand in silence to our departed comrades, may we sincerely say, may their souls rest in peace. Let us also remember the POWs and the MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts. Amen.
Recover. We did, since I did backwards, colors in place, hand salute. 2, thank you for coming, enjoy the barbecue. Anybody who didn't get membership cards, they're up here.